Hello. 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 Can't you see me? Can't you hear me? Can't you see me? Can't you hear me? No? Yeah, you can hear me. You can't see me. Good, 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 good. But now you can. Ta-da! Ta-da-da! Yes, yes, yes. And as always, I need to check if the audio is okay. So let's see if it's okay. I need to check if it's okay. Yes, it was. Goody, goody. So, hi everyone that may look at this. When you look at it, it is, I don't know when it's going to happen. If you look at it now, live, or if you look at it later. This is a little, well, special. I'm going to give some thoughts about a game. Yes. A game, I say. It's a game called 911 Operator. At this point, it is free. At the store Epic Games, they have free games they change every 2 weeks, I think it is. They have one game. This is free from now, starting yesterday, Friday. Oh no, Thursday I think it was. Yeah, and it is free until the 21st of September. It's called, and we are speaking 2023 for those that may watch this later in like next year or whatever. So yes, this game is free to download, and Epic Game has this. They have it at some special times. They even have in 2 games. So next month, from the 21st, there will be 2 games. One calling Out of Line and The Forest Quartered. And sometimes they also have like a special game. You don't know what it is, what type of game it is. Especially around Christmas and so on, they often have like surprise game. And it could be, I got GTA 8 and all that from that. So sometimes it's games that cost much, sometimes it's smaller games and so on. But yes, it's at this time I'm doing this. It's free. This 911 operator game. I will take away my lovely face here. Oh, sorry, that was wrong. Here we go, and we should jump into the game. Hopefully, at least. Here we go. This is the game. And I played a little bit yesterday. I played some today also. I'm not going to play a lot. I'm just going to give my thoughts about this game. The little I tried. First of all, when it starts, you get a little like how you should do with different situations like this tip 19 car accident. You should park your car off the road, turn on a hazard light, and blah blah blah, and yeah, all those things. And then you continue into this, and I will put the game volume up a little bit. So you can hear the background. So I hope it is not too loud. I always have this little issue when it's loud in my headphones because I want loud. But then when I check on stream, it's like, oh, is there any sound? But I hope this is okay. So you have this, you can go to their Facebook, and you don't have much settings. You can't do much here. You can mute operators. I can lower the volume of the music here in the menu now. muffle typical calls, move by edge. You can move the interface or UI, if you prefer to call it that, and change language. It has a few language. And reset data if something mess up or something. And you have continue, of course, and you have career and free game. I only played free game, and it is a few achievements you can work forward. I got like this field training. That's the finish the tutorial. Yay! If you fail this, you fail everything. Purple Heart officer who got hurt. Yeah. Life saving, advanced certification. I got a few. Take 15 people to a hospital and all that. Not much to say. I'm a little. This is if I'm going to say things that I think is good with the game and bad with the game, or in between. And this that you can't change anything here. You can't. If we at least could make, because this is one of those games. If you tab out, it minimize. If you could at least run this in like full screen window mode, so you could do things on other. Because the times when people just were in one game is long gone. Most people now that are into gaming and so on has multiple monitors, and they do other things at the side. And sometimes they need to go into the streaming app as me, and so on. And having the game to minimize each time, well, it's kind of suck. I guess this, this is about the team. Here is some disclaimers and so on. Not much. Let's jump into the game instead. I do not do the career, so I can't say anything about the career. I do free game. And here I will also give you some tip, because you can play anytime. You can almost, at least. You can, I would say any town that is on Google, you can play. You can search your game in your city here, and so, because it kind of uses Google. And this is where I play, Kramfors. That's the city. I'm between two cities, Kramfors and Härnösand. But I have lived most part of it in my life in Kramfors, so I use that. But when you search for it, it started to download. And I couldn't get it to finish. I closed the game, started over, and then it said downloaded images and so on. If you get that problem, if you try this game, if you get that problem that you can't really get the downloads to be finished and so on, you need to put this in your firewall. When I went in and allowed this to be accessing internet through my firewall, I'm using Windows firewall, it were working directly, so that was no problem. Well, let's dig in here, and you see when it's loaded, you also get some advice, like this, hypothermia, and yeah, it's nice. You can learn something from it. Let's continue, and here is what I now have. This is my team. You start with 2 police cars and two of each, I think. I have upgraded a little bit, because that's what you do. You need money for that, and you get money from each time. I could now buy a new car, which I will not, because I'm going to save. And here you have, you need to hire staff, Here you have here on this is the shops where you buy things. This is what you can buy. I don't know if it's going to be upgraded later on or so. And here is the equipment, because if you hire a new staff like this, they are wounded. So I have this one that is now has been wounded, but he is now well. You see the 2 slots here. He has no equipment. So I will give him a bulletproof vest for everyone and a gun. And so on. The medicals I have, of course, I give them first aid kit. If you put, not those I see, but they don't need that because they are medicals. But if those has first aid kits, the firemen's and so on, they can start helping also. So I bought some first aid kits and technical tools. They can now take away cars that's blocking and so on. They can remove cars in a car crash that is blocking the roads and so on. So it's quite and of course I guess if I had put instead of a gun here on someone, if I had used the first aid kit, they can also start doing the first things before the ambulance comes. So you have this is what you have, the resources, and you have the shop, and here you have your squads or team. So not much to say about that. So let's go into the game. And now we are here and we need to start the duty, but before I do that, I will say a little bit about this. This is how it looks. I'm surprised, to be honest, because I thought it were not on the screen itself, the blue and so on, it's minimized. But when I started the download, it said downloading images and so on. So I thought there were going to be more things you see at the crashes or whatever, but it wasn't. Maybe it's a small town, I don't know, I have no idea, but I just wanted to say that. You can click here, you get, you can either click on this car and tell it where to go, or you can use, as I started to do now, when I got more, I'm starting to use this, because here you also see the status, if it's on its way to something, or if it is patrolling, and so on. You get things you do by 2 ways in this game. Either you get call, and you need to reply to those call, of course, in a certain amount of time, and you need to ask questions like where it is and is there someone, and figure out what to do, who to send. If you need to send more, then maybe it's not just if it's someone is reporting a fight. You think then I will send the police. But you need to ask, is there anyone hurt or anything like that? And one is on the ground. And when you're asking the correct questions, you start to realize that, I need to send. They have weapons. Okay, maybe I need to send 2 police cars, and someone was hurt also. I will need to send ambulance. So you need to collect as much as information that possible. Always start with address or where are you, and that is because then you can already, this is something that definitely needs a police. Then if they give you the address, which will be address in the town you are in, living in, if you choose your own city. So it will be real address. Uh, in this here you can also see how many crews there are and how many places. You can see this bike, for example, it's quick. I often send it as a first team, but they take care of it. Then I need to send a patrol car to pick them up, because you can't have anyone if they need to go to jail or prison or whatever. They can't be in. Yeah, it can't take any. You need to send a car. So yes, that's a little bit how it works. And the other way is that you get like things to do is that it pops up like you see a fire or something happen. You don't get everything by phone. It's things you spot as well. You could, I think, take away the phone thing in free play at least. Let's start it. And you hear the background noise, hopefully. Now we got something, but I were jumping out, so I can't. A new incident. What is it? I need a police car, so let's go there with that car, and then you get this. You will hold over and see how long this will take. Sebastian Perry, he's a suspect, and he is soon being booked. And we see here, and they didn't need to take him to jail, it was something else. The police cars do patrol all the time like this. So, yeah, they can spot things. Now we got a call.
911, what's your emergency?
Hello? I would like to report a robbery.
Where did this happen?
Around...
So now we got that, and
Do you have any injuries?
Yeah,
okay, we need to have.
Where were you hit?
it's my head. I'm bleeding.
So now I already sent an ambulance there,
Until the ambulance arrives.
and
Are your attackers still in the area?
I have no idea.
I will send a police car.
Any weapons?
Yeah, they had a bat and a knife.
We'll take care of it. Just wait for emergency services to arrive.
Yeah, I will.
So now you can see here on the way. This police car is on the way. This is also on the way, and we got we got a fire over here, and I need to send a fire truck there. So this is kind of how it works. So she is sound, and now we got a police chase. So let's take that one over there. I will pause here, and yeah, give a few thoughts here. I will also, I think I will turn off. Sorry for that's why, because I need to jump out and the game minimize, and I get off screen like that. So as I mentioned in the beginning, you can't tab out without this game minimizing. There is no window, full screen window mode or anything like that, or seamless window. The thing is that here, this is kind of how it works. You do this all the time. You get different reports, either as you saw, it's like this one popped up, and like that one popped up here with as an incident or fire or something happened, or you get the calls like you have had on that over there. And this is this how it goes on, and then you do you have this like timer. Then you end your shift, you can say now your shift is over, and you get some money for all that, depending on how you're done, and you get money from the fee if someone is like need to pay, yeah, a speeding ticket or whatever, you get a few money from that and all that. And you upgrade, so we got better equipment and more stuff and so on. Kind of simple. I don't think this needs a lot of computer power or so on. So it's a good game in that way. I think this could be played on many older computers as well. At least I think so. Mine is quite old, but has quite much. So had a good graphic card and lots of memory and all that. But yes, you understand. What can I say? What have I found that I don't like with this game? Yeah, as we see in this city, and this we have, here is the police station in this city. Here is where my friend lived. I lived over here in this area before I moved to Crete. So it is accurate. The police station are here, and here we have some, it's not a hospital, it is a healthcare center with doctors and so on. The fire station is up here, so it is quite accurate on that, because it takes things from Google, the information. The problem is this is the most you can zoom in, and sometimes since they are quite near the police station and so on, it could be, if you're using like I did in the beginning, like pressing this, you press the cars or the crew or what you may call them, the units like this. There were, if it was an accident in midtown here, it could be really messy. Why did I send that? Because sometimes it could be a fire here, and it could be some other crime over here, and there is lots of cars, and you have those parked here also, which means since this is the closest you can get, it sometimes get quite messy. That's why I recommend to use these units. But still, it's going to be messy. Even if I press that and tell them to go somewhere, you can, or if it's happening more than one thing in the area, you can, oh no, I didn't want to send the police to the fire, and then you try to correct that. It can be quite messy. So it would be nice if those icons did also minimize a little bit while you zoomed in to make it easier to mark them. Or now it can be messy. What else? Oh, now I'm needed to jump out of the game because I'm turning on the volume again. Sorry about that. And yeah, I now notice that even if you pause the game, they are like blah 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 talking anyway, so it doesn't stop the sound. And that is what I'm going to talk about now, the sound, because you have this as a background. You can turn it off, of course, but then it will, because you have no music in the game, and because you need to have focus on what people are saying and so on. But this is kind of repeatable. It's after you play this a half hour, you're starting here. Oh, but they say that, oh, go to the radio room, 427, go to the radio room, and you hear. So okay, now they say it over and over again. They have a limited sounds on the background. But what I do, I almost dislike. I can say I dislike it. Is the sound from the unit.
What are the orders?
That sound, what is your orders? It's like they stolen it directly from StarCraft.
If there's any
That sound is a sound that is being used in the game StarCraft by Blizzard.
What are the orders? I'm listening.
That I'm listening. Those sounds are from another game. It is from StarCraft. I think it's from the first StarCraft or StarCraft 2 maybe even.
Reporting.
All those sounds like
We're ready. Reporting. We're ready.
What are the orders? What are the orders?
I'm listening.
all those sound you're hearing. When you click on them like that, not is sounds from another game, and it starts irritating me a little bit because it doesn't feel like we're ready. Something a police car would say, or reporting. No, you're not. I am calling you. You're not reporting to me. I am calling you because I am the headquarter.
We're ready.
Like it doesn't feel like something that really reporting. Well, why? I called you. You said. I hope you guys understand what I mean. And it's so limited. There is those two things. They say.
What are the orders? Reporting. We're ready.
Or three things.
We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready.
You see what I mean?
Waiting for instructions.
Those are grabbed from StarCraft. And it is really, if you play this game for an hour,
2247 West Monroe.
at least me start to like, oh no, it gets so monotone, it's so limited, and then also if you have played another game where you know where this sound comes from, it has no logic. They are not reporting. They have not even bothered to do their own sounds for their units, and that is quite. You have like they have 3 or 4 sounds per unit that they couldn't done something themselves that suits better this. If okay, here we are the headquarters, or the emergency operator is calling the car.
We're ready.
They could like had like they are answering your call, but we are ready. Or
What are the orders?
I don't give orders. I'm telling you, yes, in some way I do. But yes, you know what I mean. Hopefully. That is, those two things so far, I kind of, I know this with the Zoom thing can be too messy. You will click wrong and send, especially when it's like one thing happening here, one thing happening here, and you have a fire over here, and all of a sudden someone gets a heart attack over here, and there is lots of car because, yeah, especially if there is a fire, then their fire trucks are here. It could be too messy since all those is going to be easily misclicked. And you think that this little round button, but this means that they are patrolling. This is like they are on a chase, and this is on the way to something. Those arrows, so you get some information. But another thing is that yes, the police cars are patrolling, but sometimes those fire trucks don't return back home or to the fire station. It like no, it's say patrolling, but it doesn't patrol, so you need to send them back home. I don't like that because they do not do. I have friends that works at as a fire. They don't patrol like that. When they have been on a fire, they go back to the station and do the cleanups and do the check over and refill what they need to refill in the cars. Wait for the next alarm or to go on to. So it is. Yeah, that is not working. I think it meant to go back, but it don't. And the game overall, well, now I just play free play. I haven't played those scenarios and so on, or what is were called. So I can't say much about that. But when playing free play, yeah, it's a relaxing game, kind of. I like it. So, I'm not saying it's bad or anything. It's a game you can sit down and play a little while. But in the long run, I think this will be a game that people tries and play. Oh, this is fun, but get tired of after a while quite fast, because the calls you get is also repeatable. Oh, it seems to be very limited different calls. Oh, like on one of those work days, I could have the same dude calling about stomach pain. Okay, it's like click, click. I know all what you're going to answer. I know all that. I can just send the ambulance as soon as I get the address, you know. So that will limit this game, in my opinion, quite much. Feels like it now. I just played it yesterday a little bit and today a little bit, and I already feel like, yeah, I helped that guy twice now in the last hour or a half hour, and yeah, I helped you. Yes, are you burning up your kitchen again? You just did that. I just sent, so the calls can be really limited. The only thing that differs is that they put it on different places around the map. So this game, I don't think this is a game that people will, at least not in free game, play any, like, oh, I played this for 2 weeks now. Play 5 hours per day. I love it. Some may do, but I think it can get boring quite fast, to be honest. Yes, you have the upgrades you're going to buy, but when you have done that, you have upgraded your bigger cars and all that. After that, when you can't do when you can't play for getting the money to buy that car or that upgrade, when you have all that you wanted to try, then I think it slowly you will lose the interest. But playing it now and then, I like the idea of the game and so on. And in career or scenarios or whatever, I think it was career. It can be lots of different. This is in what I'm playing. I'm playing free game, and that makes it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to see much more happening now in this game. That will be, oh, that was new. I think I heard everything. They are all the calls that are going to be happening and so on. So it is a limited game. It's limited. And the sounds,
Waiting for instructions.
yeah, go back to play Warcraft. I almost said Starcraft instead of being a cop there. No, you will not get any orders. And you hear that, the loop in the background, radio, the background sound. For those that when you start think about it, like
47 West Monroe.
you hear, okay,
If there's any FTO or crew for that gun turning, give them some experience.
Lade Road.
Yeah, I'm leaving that late estimate 1911. Someone
yeah, I must say, yeah, I was quiet there so you could hear it.
FTOs with a PTO info.
That one I is like it's so coming so often, and it's like yeah, it's going to be irritating after a while when you start hearing it. Of course, you can turn it off.
Lade Road.
Yeah, I'm leaving that late estimate 1911. Someone going to the other 1011.
Yes, that's my fault. The game is
Any FTO or crew for that gun turning.
it's
Lade Road.
kind of fun. You can waste a few hours with this, but I think you will get bored with it quite fast also. But if you don't pay anything for it, it's you don't need to worry about that. And that will end my stream. Thank you for watching. Take care and have fun. And yeah, I don't want to scare you off from this game. Try it. It's free on Epic Game as this stream until the 21st of September. So go get it, try it, and maybe you will like it. I like it, as I said, but it feels a little limited for me. Take care, stay safe, have fun. Bye, bye, bye.